The wet Arcturian female locked eyes with Justin Cooper, her iridescent skin glistening with an oily sheen. "Come closer, human," she purred, her voice a mix of desperation and allure. Justin's heart raced as he grappled with the implications of her request. Alarms blared throughout the remote research station, signaling the activation of security protocols. The crash landing of the alien vessel had sent shockwaves through Earth's scientific community, but no one had anticipated this turn of events. As the sole survivor of the Arcturian ship, Pryler had become the focus of intense study and debate. Justin, a seasoned xenobiologist, had been tasked with examining the alien and aiding in her recovery. His initial observations had revealed a biology both familiar and utterly foreign. Pryler's elevated body temperature and the slick substance coating her skin pointed to a process analogous to mammalian estrus. The realization sent a jolt of excitement and trepidation through Justin's mind. The research station, once a quiet outpost, now buzzed with activity. Scientists and military personnel poured in, each harboring their own agenda. The air grew thick with tension as Pryler's potent pheromones began to affect the human staff. Justin watched as his colleagues' behavior subtly shifted, their focus wavering and their gazes drawn inexorably to the alien in their midst. Earth's governments debated furiously, their discussions ranging from cautious diplomacy to preemptive strikes against a potential invasion force. The weight of these decisions pressed down on Justin as he stood before Pryler, her outstretched hand both an invitation and a challenge. His superiors had made their expectations clear. Extract information about Arcturian weaknesses and military capabilities. Exploit her vulnerable state for humanity's benefit. But as Justin studied Prylar's face, contorted with discomfort and need, he couldn't shake the feeling that there was more to her presence on Earth than mere chance. The xenobiologist's mind raced with the implications of his recent discoveries. Arcturians underwent a cyclical mating process, one that could prove fatal if left unfulfilled. More intriguingly, they possessed advanced technology that could revolutionize human society or annihilate it entirely. The future of both species hung in the balance, with Justin as the unlikely fulcrum. As Pryler's condition intensified, Justin found himself at a crossroads. Should he assist her through this biological crisis, risking Earth's security but potentially fostering goodwill between their races? Or should he prioritize gathering intelligence, treating her as a subject rather than a sentient being in distress? The research station had become a pressure cooker, with Justin at its center. Each passing moment brought new data, new theories, and new dangers. He couldn't shake the suspicion that Prylar's current state might be part of a larger Arcturian scheme, a chess move in an interstellar game whose rules he had yet to fully grasp. As he stood there, poised between scientific curiosity and caution, Justin realized that his next actions could shape the course of human history. The fate of two worlds rested in his hands, and time was running out. With a deep breath, he made his decision and stepped forward, ready to face whatever consequences might come. Justin's decision crystallized in an instant. He stepped forward, his voice steady as he addressed Pryler. "I'm here to help you. We'll get through this together." The Arcturian's eyes widened, a mix of relief and uncertainty flickering across her alien features. As Justin approached, he could feel the heat radiating from her iridescent skin, the intensity of her biological crisis palpable in the air between them. "Dr. Cooper, what the hell do you think you're doing?" The sharp voice of Dr. Eliza Reeves, the station's lead researcher, cut through the room. She stood in the doorway, her face a mask of disapproval. Justin turned to face her, his mind focused. "We need to stabilize her condition before we can hope to gather any useful information. I have a plan." Over the next few hours, Justin worked tirelessly in the lab, synthesizing a hormone treatment based on his analysis of Pryler's unique physiology. The research station hummed with activity around him, a cacophony of alarms, hurried footsteps, and heated debates providing a constant backdrop to his work. As he administered the treatment to Pryler, Justin could feel the weight of countless eyes upon him. Scientists, military personnel, and government officials all watched via secure feeds, their expectations and judgments hanging heavy in the air. Pryler's breathing steadied, her skin cooling to a more manageable temperature. "Thank you," she whispered, her voice stronger than before. I didn't know if I could trust you. Before Justin could respond, the research station's doors hissed open, revealing a tall, imposing figure flanked by armed guards. Colonel Marcus Steele strode into the room, his cold eyes surveying the scene with barely concealed disdain. "Dr. Cooper," Steele's voice was like steel scraping against stone, "I hope you have something to show for this unorthodox approach of yours." Justin straightened, meeting the colonel's gaze. "Pryler's condition is stabilizing. We can now communicate more effectively, which will be crucial for—" "What we need," Steele interrupted, "are answers, weaknesses, anything we can use against a potential Arcturian invasion force." The tension in the room ratcheted up several notches. Justin could see the fear in Pryler's eyes, her newly stabilized state allowing for clearer expressions of emotion. "Colonel," Justin began, choosing his words carefully, "Pryler has already shared some crucial information. Her presence here isn't part of an invasion plan." Pryler nodded, her voice soft but clear. "I came seeking asylum. My people. We're a minority on our world. The dominant faction wants to use our technology as weapons. We refused." The revelation sent ripples through the assembled humans. Dr. Reeves stepped forward, her earlier disapproval replaced by intense curiosity. "You intentionally crashed your ship to escape?" "Yes," Pryler confirmed. "But I fear they may have followed me." Colonel Steele's eyes narrowed. "Convenient, and now we're supposed to believe that your people pose no threat to Earth?" Justin intervened. "Colonel, this information changes everything. We need to—" A piercing alarm cut through the air, drowning out all other sound. Dr. Reeves rushed to a nearby console, her fingers flying over the controls. Her face paled as she turned to address the room. "Long-range sensors have detected multiple objects entering the solar system. Their energy signatures, they match Pryler's ship." The research station erupted into chaos. Scientists scrambled to analyze the incoming data, while military personnel barked orders into their comms. Colonel Steele seized control of the situation, his voice booming over the din. "This station is now under military jurisdiction. Dr. Cooper, you will extract all relevant information from the alien. Dr. Reeves, I want every scrap of data on Arcturian technology. The rest of you, prepare for potential hostile contact." As the room emptied, Justin found himself alone with Pryler. The Arcturian's eyes met his, filled with a mixture of fear and something else. Curiosity. "Justin," she said, using his first name for the first time, "your actions, they are not what I expected from humans. You showed compassion when you could have exploited my weakness." Justin felt a warmth spreading through his chest, an unexpected connection forming between them. "We're not all like Colonel Steele. Many of us believe in peace, in understanding other cultures." Pryler's hand reached out, her fingers brushing against Justin's arm. The touch sent a jolt through him, a reminder of the vast biological differences between them, yet also of their shared capacity for emotion. "I want to help you understand us," Pryler said. "But Justin, you must know, the ones coming, they will not show the same compassion you have." As if on cue, Colonel Steele's voice crackled over the intercom. "Dr. Cooper, report to the command center immediately. Bring the alien." Justin helped Pryler to her feet, supporting her as they made their way through the now frenetic corridors of the research station. Every step brought them closer to a confrontation that would shape the future of both their species. As they entered the command center, a massive view screen dominated the far wall. It showed a series of blips approaching Earth at an alarming speed. The room was a hive of activity, with military strategists and scientists working side by side in an uneasy alliance. Colonel Steele turned to face them, his eyes locking onto Pryler. "Now," he said, his voice cold and calculating, "you're going to tell us everything about Arcturian defenses and weaknesses. Earth's survival may depend on it." Justin felt Pryler tense beside him. He knew that the next few moments could determine the course of human history. As he opened his mouth to speak, he silently prayed that he could find a way to protect both Earth and the alien who had come to trust him. Justin's mind raced as he faced Colonel Steele's demand. He glanced at Prylar, noting the subtle changes in her demeanor since he had administered the hormone treatment. Her eyes, once clouded with discomfort, now shone with a newfound clarity. "Colonel," Justin began, his voice steady despite the tension in the room, "I believe we need to approach this situation with caution. Prylar has already shared crucial information about her people and the reason for her presence on Earth. We should focus on understanding the full context before making any rash decisions." Steele's teeth clenched, but before he could respond, Dr. Reeves interjected, "Justin's right. We need more information, and we need it fast. The incoming fleet isn't slowing down." The colonel nodded curtly. "Fine. You have 1 hour to get me something useful, Cooper. After that, we do things my way." As Steele strode away, barking orders into his comm unit, Justin turned to Prylar. "We need to talk. Can you tell me more about the Arcturians approaching Earth?" Prylar's iridescent skin rippled, a sign Justin had come to recognize as anxiety. "The ones coming, they are led by Commander Zixtel. He is ruthless, driven by a desire for power and advanced weaponry." Justin guided Prylar to a nearby console, his fingers flying over the keyboard as he input data. "We need to find a way to communicate with them before they reach Earth. Do you have any suggestions?" Prylar's eyes widened. "Yes, in my ship, there's a device, a long-range telepathic communicator. If we can salvage it, we might be able to establish contact." Justin's pulse quickened at the revelation. He quickly assembled a team of engineers and xenotechnologists, briefing them on the situation as they made their way to the crash site. The twisted wreckage of Prylar's ship loomed before them, a stark reminder of the vast technological gap between humans and Arcturians. As they worked to extract the device, Justin couldn't help but notice the way Prylar's gaze lingered on him. There was something in her eyes that hadn't been there before, a warmth, an attachment that seemed to transcend species barriers. Dr. Elena Rossi, the station's xenopsychologist, approached Justin as he supervised the salvage operation. "Dr. Cooper, I've been observing Prylar's behavior. Her emotional responses, particularly towards you, are becoming increasingly human-like. It's fascinating." Justin felt a mix of excitement and unease at Rossi's observation. "What do you think it means?" "I'm not sure yet," Rossi replied, her eyes gleaming with scientific curiosity. "But it could have significant implications for human-Arcturian relations." As the team successfully extracted the telepathic device, an alert blared through the station. Justin's comm unit crackled to life with Colonel Steele's voice. "Cooper, get to the command center now. Earth's governments are convening an emergency session, and you're needed to present your findings." Justin's stomach churned as he realized the weight of responsibility that had been placed on his shoulders. He turned to Prylar, who nodded encouragingly. "Go. I will assist your team in activating the device." In the command center, Justin found himself facing a panel of grim-faced officials on multiple screens. He took a deep breath and began his presentation, outlining what they had learned about Arcturian society, the civil conflict that had brought Prylar to Earth, and the potential for peaceful coexistence. As he spoke, a commotion from the lab caught his attention. Dr. Reeves burst into the room, her face flushed with excitement. "Justin, you need to see this. Prylar's biology. It's changing." Excusing himself from the panel, Justin rushed to the lab. Prylar lay on an examination table, her skin shimmering with an intensity he hadn't seen before. Dr. Reeves pointed to a series of readouts. "Her physiology is adapting to Earth's environment. The hormone treatments you developed seem to have accelerated the process." Justin's mind reeled at the implications. "Are you saying she's becoming more compatible with Earth?" "Not just with Earth," Reeves replied, her voice hushed. "Potentially with humans as well." Before Justin could process this information, an alarm blared through the station. The salvaged telepathic device had been activated, and Prylar was in communication with the approaching Arcturian fleet. Justin raced back to the command center, arriving just in time to hear Commander Zixtel's ultimatum booming through the speakers. "Surrender Prylar and all related technology, or face the consequences of defying the Arcturian dominion." The room erupted into chaos as Earth's leaders argued over the appropriate response. Some advocated for immediate compliance, while others pushed for a show of strength. Amidst the cacophony, Justin's mind worked furiously. He thought of Pryler's trust in him, the changing dynamics between their species, and the potential for a peaceful resolution. An idea began to form, risky, but with the potential to change everything. He stepped forward, his voice cutting through the din. "I have a proposal. Let me use the telepathic device to negotiate directly with Commander Zixtal." The room fell silent, all eyes turning to Justin. Colonel Steele's face darkened. "Cooper, this is not the time for—" "Hear me out," Justin interrupted, his voice steady. "We have a unique opportunity here. Direct communication, bypassing traditional channels. We can explain our position, learn more about theirs, and potentially find a peaceful solution." As the implications of his proposal sank in, Justin could see the mixture of hope and fear on the faces around him. He knew that his next actions could either prevent an interstellar war or provoke an immediate attack. With a nod from the highest-ranking official present, Justin made his way to the telepathic device. Pryler stood nearby, her eyes meeting his with a mixture of trust and apprehension. "Are you sure about this?" she asked softly. Justin took a deep breath, feeling the weight of two worlds on his shoulders. "No," he admitted, "but it's our best chance." As he placed his hands on the device, preparing to make humanity's first official contact with an alien civilization, Justin silently hoped that the connection he had forged with Pryler would be enough to bridge the vast gulf between their species and avert a catastrophe. The device hummed to life under his touch, and suddenly Justin's mind was filled with the vastness of space and the approaching Arcturian fleet. He steeled himself for what was to come, knowing that the future of human-Arcturian relations hung in the balance. The device hummed to life under his touch, and suddenly Justin's mind was filled with the vastness of space and the approaching Arcturian fleet. He steeled himself for what was to come, knowing that the future of human-Arcturian relations hung in the balance. As Justin's consciousness expanded through the telepathic link, he felt a gentle pressure on his arm. Opening his eyes, he saw Pryler standing beside him, her hand resting on his shoulder. "I must join you," she said, her voice firm. "My presence is crucial for successful negotiations." Justin hesitated, concern etched on his face. "Are you sure? The strain could be dangerous in your condition." Pryler's skin shimmered with purpose. "It is a risk we must take." With a nod, Justin helped Pryler connect to the device. Their minds merged, creating a shared virtual space where the negotiations would take place. As their combined consciousness reached out across the void of space, they felt the imposing presence of Commander Zixtal. The virtual meeting space materialized around them, a neutral ground of swirling cosmic energies. Commander Zixtal's avatar appeared before them, a towering figure of authority and power. Justin stepped forward, his voice steady despite the surreal surroundings. "Commander Zixtal, I am Dr. Justin Cooper, representing Earth. We come seeking peaceful resolution to this conflict." Zixtal's eyes narrowed, assessing the human before him. "Speak your peace, Earth Dweller, but know that the might of the Arcturian Dominion is not to be trifled with." Gathering his courage, Justin presented his proposal. "We offer to share some of Earth's unique scientific knowledge in exchange for Arcturian non-aggression and asylum for Pryler. Our species have much to learn from each other, and we believe cooperation would be mutually beneficial." A dismissive laugh echoed through the virtual space. "Your offer is quaint, Dr. Cooper," Zixtal responded, his tone permeated with condescension. "The Arcturian Dominion possesses technology far beyond your primitive understanding. What could your Earth possibly offer us?" As Justin struggled to formulate a response, he noticed a subtle shift in Pryler's demeanor. Her avatar seemed to tense, reacting to something in Zixtal's behavior that Justin couldn't quite grasp. There was an underlying context to their interaction, a history he wasn't privy to. Pryler stepped forward, her voice carrying a weight Justin hadn't heard before. "Zixtal, you know as well as I do that there's more at stake here than military might. Remember our work together before the conflict tore our people apart." Justin's mind reeled at this revelation. He turned to Pryler, confusion evident in his expression. Sensing his bewilderment, Pryler took a deep breath and revealed the truth. Justin, Commander Zixtal and I were once part of the same research team. Before our civilization fractured, we stood at the forefront of Arcturian science, pushing the boundaries of our knowledge. The virtual space crackled with tension as Zixtal's avatar flickered, his composure momentarily shaken. That was a lifetime ago, Pryler. Things have changed. Seizing this new understanding, Justin adapted his strategy. Commander, if I may, there have been fascinating developments since Pryler's arrival on Earth. Her biology has undergone unique changes, adapting to our planet's environment in ways we're only beginning to understand. Zixtal's interest was piqued, despite his efforts to maintain an aloof demeanor. Explain, he demanded. Justin proceeded to outline the biological changes they had observed in Pryler, emphasizing the potential for groundbreaking discoveries. We propose a joint human-Arcturian research initiative to study these adaptations. The implications could be enormous for both our species. As Justin spoke, he felt a surge of discomfort from Pryler through their telepathic link. Glancing at her avatar, he noticed it flickering, signs of strain evident in her virtual form. Zixtal contemplated the proposal, his avatar pacing in the cosmic expanse. Finally, he turned to face them. Your offer is intriguing, Dr. Cooper. However, I have a counter-proposal. Pryler will return to the Arcturian fleet for examination, accompanied by a team of human scientists. This will allow us to verify your claims and assess the potential of this research. Justin's heart raced as he considered the implications of this offer. It could be a genuine opportunity for cooperation, a chance to bridge the gap between their species, but the risk was enormous. It could also be a ploy to acquire human hostages and knowledge. Before Justin could respond, an urgent message broke through the telepathic link. Dr. Reeves's voice echoed in his mind. Justin, our long-range sensors have detected another group of Arcturian ships approaching from a different vector. Pryler needs to identify them immediately. Pryler's avatar trembled as she processed this information. They're here, she whispered, her voice a mixture of relief and apprehension. It's my faction, the asylum-seeking minority. They've followed me to Earth. The virtual space rippled with this new development, Zixtal's avatar showing the first signs of genuine concern. This complicates matters, he growled. As the negotiations hung in delicate balance, Justin became aware of another presence in his mind, Colonel Steele. The military leader's thoughts were guarded, but Justin caught glimpses of a plan forming. A covert team was preparing a targeted electromagnetic pulse weapon, capable of disabling both Arcturian factions' ships if negotiations failed. The weight of the situation pressed down on Justin. He was running out of time to find a peaceful resolution, with the threat of violence looming on all sides. And through it all, he could feel Pryler's growing distress, her connection to the telepathic device becoming increasingly unstable. Pryler, he called out, both in the virtual space and in the physical world. You need to disconnect. The strain is too much. But Pryler stood firm, her avatar flickering but resolute. We must see this through, Justin. The fate of both our peoples depends on it. As Justin grappled with the complex web of negotiations, alliances, and hidden agendas, a new transmission cut through the telepathic link. A third voice joined the virtual space, its tone urgent and determined. This is Captain Vrela of the Arcturian Minority Coalition. We demand inclusion in these talks. The technology Pryler possesses is vital to the future of our people, and we have information that could change everything. The virtual meeting space erupted into chaos as the new faction made its presence known. Justin found himself at the center of a cosmic storm, with the future of Earth and the potential for interstellar peace hanging in the balance. He knew that his next words and actions would shape the course of history, for better or for worse. Worse. The virtual space crackled with tension as the three factions faced off, their avatars flickering in the cosmic expanse. Justin took a deep breath, his mind racing. The situation was spiraling out of control, and he knew he had to act fast. With a sudden burst of inspiration, he spoke up, his voice cutting through the chaos. Enough, he said firmly. This virtual confrontation isn't getting us anywhere. I propose we move these negotiations to Earth, face to face. It's time for real dialogue, not posturing across the vastness of space. The virtual space fell silent as all parties considered his words. Commander Zixtal's avatar loomed closer, its piercing gaze fixed on Justin. "You would invite us to your planet?" Zixtal asked, his tone a mixture of suspicion and curiosity. Justin nodded. "Yes, it's the only way to truly understand each other and find a peaceful resolution." Captain Vrela's avatar shimmered with interest. "A bold proposal, Dr. Cooper. We accept." As the implications of his suggestion sank in, Justin felt the telepathic link dissolve. He found himself back in the research station's control room, surrounded by stunned faces. Colonel Steele stepped forward, his expression thunderous. "Cooper, what the hell do you think you're doing?" "Saving us from an interstellar war," Justin replied, his voice steady despite his racing heart. "We need to prepare for their arrival." The next few hours passed in a blur of activity. Earth's leaders, seeing no better alternative, reluctantly agreed to Justin's plan. A secure conference facility near the research station was hastily prepared, with stringent security measures implemented to protect both human and Arcturian delegates. Justin worked tirelessly alongside Dr. Elena Rossi to stabilize Pryler's condition. In the lab, they refined the hormone treatment, developing an improved version that would allow Pryler to function normally for extended periods. "How are you feeling?" Justin asked as Pryler sat up on the examination table, her skin shimmering with renewed vigor. "Better," she replied, flexing her fingers. "Your treatment is remarkable." Before Justin could respond, an alarm blared through the station. He rushed to the nearest window, his breath catching in his throat as he saw the Arcturian ships entering Earth's orbit. Commander Zixtal's fleet took position on one side, while Captain Vrela's ships maintained their distance on the other. Colonel Steele's voice crackled over the intercom. "All personnel, prepare for alien arrival. Security teams, stand by." Justin made his way to the landing zone, his heart pounding as he watched the Arcturian shuttles descend. Commander Zixtal's ship landed first, its sleek design a testament to advanced Arcturian technology. As the hatch opened, Justin steeled himself for the encounter. Zixtal emerged, his towering form even more imposing in person. Behind him, a team of Arcturian scientists and guards filed out, their eyes darting around, taking in every detail of their surroundings. "Dr. Cooper," Zixtal rumbled, his voice sending vibrations through the air. "We meet at last." Before Justin could respond, another shuttle touched down. Captain Vrela and her delegation disembarked, their ship's design noticeably different from Zixtal's, highlighting the division within Arcturian society. Justin stepped forward, acutely aware of the historic moment unfolding around him. "Commander Zixtal, Captain Vrela, welcome to Earth. I'm Dr. Justin Cooper, and I'll be your primary point of contact during these negotiations." He gestured to the assembled human delegation. "Allow me to introduce you to our team of scientists, diplomats, and military personnel." As introductions were made, Justin couldn't help but notice the tense atmosphere. The two Arcturian factions eyed each other warily, while the humans struggled to hide their mix of awe and fear. The group made their way to the conference facility, a state-of-the-art building that had been rapidly reconfigured for this unprecedented meeting. As they entered the main chamber, Justin felt a sudden wave of dizziness. He turned to see Pryler stumbling, her skin flickering erratically. "Pryler!" he exclaimed, rushing to her side. "What's wrong?" Dr. Rossi was there in an instant, her medical scanner whirring. "Her physiology is changing rapidly," she reported, her voice tense. "The prolonged exposure to Earth's environment, combined with our treatment, seems to be triggering an accelerated evolutionary response." The room erupted into chaos as both Arcturian factions demanded access to Pryler. Commander Zixtal's voice boomed over the commotion. "This could be the key to our colonization efforts. We must study her immediately." Captain Vrela countered, her voice equally forceful. "This proves our theories of peaceful coexistence and adaptation. Prylar's transformation supports our cause." As the arguments escalated, Justin found himself at the center of a storm of competing interests. He looked from the fascinated scientists to the wary military personnel, to the increasingly agitated Arcturians. In that moment, he realized that the fate of human-Arcturian relations hung in the balance, with the potential for either a groundbreaking alliance or a devastating conflict. Taking a deep breath, Justin raised his voice above the din. "Everyone, please, we need to approach this calmly and rationally. I have a proposal that might address all of our concerns." All eyes turned to him, the room falling into an uneasy silence. Justin felt the weight of two worlds on his shoulders as he prepared to outline his plan for a joint research initiative. The future of human-Arcturian relations would be shaped by his next words, and he knew he had to choose them carefully. As Justin opened his mouth to speak, a sudden commotion outside the facility caught everyone's attention. The sound of chanting and shouting filtered through the walls, growing louder by the second. Colonel Steele strode to the window, his face grim. "We've got a situation," he announced. "A group of protesters has gathered outside. They're demanding answers about the alien presence." The tension in the room ratcheted up another notch as the human and Arcturian delegates exchanged worried glances. Justin's mind raced, trying to find a way to navigate this new complication. Before he could formulate a response, Commander Zixtal's communicator chirped urgently. The Arcturian leader's expression darkened as he listened to the incoming message. "Our long-range sensors have detected an unidentified object approaching your solar system at high speed," Zixtal announced, his voice grave. "It appears we may be dealing with a new, unknown factor in our negotiations." The room fell silent as the implications of this news sank in. Justin looked around at the assembled delegates, human and Arcturian alike, realizing that they now faced not only the challenge of forging an alliance between their species, but also the potential threat of an unknown force entering the already complex equation. As the tension in the room reached a fever pitch, Justin knew that his next actions would be crucial in determining the course of this unprecedented interstellar encounter. The fate of Earth, the Arcturians, and possibly the entire solar system now rested on their ability to work together in the face of this new, mysterious development. Threat. The room erupted into a flurry of activity. Colonel Steele barked orders into his communicator, mobilizing Earth's defensive systems. Commander Zixtal and Captain Vrela, momentarily setting aside their differences, huddled with their respective advisors, discussing potential strategies. Justin's mind raced, recognizing the need for unity in the face of this new development. He stepped forward, raising his voice to be heard above the commotion. "Listen, everyone, we have a unique opportunity here. Instead of reacting separately, we should form a joint human-Arcturian response team to investigate this object." The room fell silent as all eyes turned to Justin. Colonel Steele frowned, his posture tense. "Cooper, you can't be serious. We barely know these aliens, and you want to invite them into our defense operations?" "It's not just about defense," Justin countered. "This is a chance to test our ability to cooperate. If we can work together now, it could set the foundation for future relations." Captain Vrela's antennae twitched with interest. "The human makes a valid point. A joint effort could benefit all parties." Commander Zixtal rumbled in agreement, surprising everyone. "For once, I concur with the minority faction. This unknown entity poses a potential threat to us all." Over the next few hours, Earth's leaders engaged in heated debates with the Arcturian delegates. Justin, along with Dr. Elena Rossi, worked tirelessly to mediate discussions and address concerns. Finally, a tentative agreement was reached. A specialized team was quickly assembled. Justin and Dr. Rossi would represent Earth, alongside Pryler, and carefully selected representatives from both Arcturian factions. They gathered in a massive hangar, where engineers were putting the finishing touches on a hybrid vessel, a marvel of combined human and Arcturian technologies. As they prepared to board, Justin noticed Pryler stumbling slightly. Her skin shimmered, displaying an iridescent quality that seemed to blend human and Arcturian characteristics. "Pryler, are you all right?" Justin asked, concern evident in his voice. She turned to him, her eyes now a striking mix of human irises and Arcturian compound structures. I feel different, Justin, but not unwell. It's as if my body is adapting, evolving." Dr. Rossi scanned Pryler with a handheld device, her eyes widening at the results. Fascinating. Her physiology is exhibiting a unique blend of human and Arcturian traits. This could be invaluable for our mission. As they boarded the hybrid vessel, Justin couldn't help but marvel at the seamless integration of technologies. Human interfaces meshed with Arcturian bioorganic systems, creating a ship unlike anything he had ever seen. The journey to intercept the unidentified object was tense. Human and Arcturian crew members worked side by side, their initial awkwardness giving way to a cautious efficiency. Pryler moved between them with ease, her evolved biology allowing her to interface effortlessly with both human and Arcturian systems. As they approached their target, the main view screen flickered to life, revealing a sleek, elongated object tumbling slowly through space. "It's Arcturian," Commander Zixtal's representative breathed, his voice filled with awe. "But unlike anything in our current records." Pryler stepped forward, her eyes fixed on the object. Without warning, she placed her hands on the ship's control panel. The hybrid vessel hummed, and a series of complex signals began transmitting towards the mysterious probe. "Pryler, what are you doing?" Justin asked, alarmed. I can understand it," she replied, her voice distant. "It's ancient, thousands of years old, a relic from a time before our current civilization." The probe responded, sending back a torrent of data. Pryler's eyes darted back and forth, processing the information at an inhuman speed. "There's a message," she announced. "A lost colony, established millennia ago in a nearby star system. They've evolved differently from modern Arcturians. This probe, it's part of a mission to reconnect with the homeworld." The implications of this revelation sent shockwaves through the crew. The Arcturian representatives began arguing heatedly in their native language, while the human crew members exchanged worried glances. Justin's mind raced, recognizing the potential impact of this discovery on the delicate balance between Earth and the Arcturians. He turned to address the crew, his voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "This changes everything," he began, "but it also presents an opportunity. I propose a joint mission to this lost colony, humans and Arcturians, working together to make first contact with this evolved branch of Arcturian civilization." The ship erupted into a cacophony of voices, debates breaking out among all factions. As Justin prepared to argue his case further, a priority message from Earth cut through the chaos. Colonel Steele's face appeared on the main screen, his expression grim. "Cooper, we've got another situation. Our solar observation posts have detected signs of an imminent solar flare. A big one. If it hits, it could knock out our communications and satellites for days, maybe weeks." Justin felt the weight of responsibility settle on his shoulders. They now faced not only the challenge of this new discovery, but also a looming natural disaster that could cripple Earth's ability to participate in deep space missions. As he looked around at the diverse crew, human, Arcturian, and Pryler, with her unique blend of both, Justin knew that the decisions made in the next few hours would shape the future of interstellar relations. The success or failure of his proposed mission to the lost colony could determine humanity's place in a rapidly expanding galactic community. With the clock ticking and tensions running high, Justin took a deep breath, preparing to navigate the complex web of politics, science, and survival that lay before them. The journey ahead would test the limits of cooperation between humans and Arcturians, with the fate of multiple civilizations hanging in the balance. Justin took a deep breath, his mind racing with the implications of their situation. The solar flare threatened to isolate them from Earth, while the mysterious lost colony beckoned from the depths of space. He glanced at the diverse faces around him, human, Arcturian, and Prylar's unique blend of both, and knew that their next steps would shape the future of interstellar relations. "We have a unique opportunity here," Justin announced, his voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "I propose we launch a joint mission to this lost colony. We can use the hybrid vessel to make first contact and potentially bridge the gap between all our civilizations." The room erupted into a flurry of discussion. Commander Zixtal's antennae twitched with interest, while Captain Vrela's compound eyes gleamed with excitement. Even Colonel Steele, despite his initial reservations, seemed to be considering the possibilities. After hours of intense debate and meticulous planning, a decision was reached. The hybrid vessel, christened Unity in a symbolic gesture, would depart Earth's orbit with a carefully selected crew of humans and Arcturians. As they prepared for launch, Justin couldn't help but marvel at the ship's design. Human and Arcturian technologies seamlessly integrated, creating a vessel that embodied the spirit of their mission. Sleek metal panels housed pulsating bioorganic systems, while familiar touchscreens interfaced with alien crystals that hummed with energy. The core leadership team assembled on the bridge. Justin, Pryler, Dr. Elena Rossi, Commander Zixtal, and Captain Vrela. Each brought unique skills and perspectives that would be crucial for the challenges ahead. As the countdown began, Justin felt a mix of excitement and trepidation. He glanced at Pryler, her skin shimmering with an iridescent quality that seemed to reflect the merging of their two species. She caught his eye and nodded, a silent understanding passing between them. The Unity lifted off, its hybrid engines pulsing with power as it broke free from Earth's atmosphere. As they accelerated towards deep space, the crew settled into their roles, the initial awkwardness giving way to a cautious efficiency. Days into their journey, the first true test of their cooperation arose. A strange fluctuation rippled through the ship's systems, causing consoles to flicker and alarms to blare. "We're losing power to the main thrusters," reported a human engineer, her fingers flying over the controls. An Arcturian technician chittered in alarm, his exoskeleton vibrating with tension. "The bioorganic relays are destabilizing. I've never seen anything like this." Justin watched as human and Arcturian crew members huddled together, pooling their knowledge to diagnose the problem. Dr. Rossi's expertise in xenobiology proved invaluable as she helped interpret the unfamiliar Arcturian systems. After tense hours of collaboration, they discovered the issue. The hybrid systems were adapting to each other in unexpected ways, causing temporary instabilities. Together, they developed a solution that not only fixed the problem, but improved the overall efficiency of the ship. As the crisis passed, Justin noticed a subtle shift in the crew's dynamics. The shared challenge had broken down barriers, fostering a sense of camaraderie that transcended species. Their journey continued, punctuated by moments of discovery and shared learning. Humans marveled at the intricacies of Arcturian biotechnology, while the Arcturians found themselves impressed by human adaptability and creative problem-solving. Pryler's unique physiology became a source of fascination for both species. Her ability to interface seamlessly with both human and Arcturian systems made her an invaluable bridge between the two groups. Justin often found himself watching her work, amazed at how she embodied the potential for harmony between their species. As they approached the midpoint of their journey, alarms blared throughout the ship. The dreaded solar flare had erupted, its electromagnetic fury racing towards Earth. "Communications with Earth are down," reported a human officer, her voice tense. "We're on our own until the flare dissipates." The news sent a ripple of unease through the crew. Cut off from their homeworlds, they now had only each other to rely on. Justin saw worry in the eyes of both humans and Arcturians, but also a steely determination. Commander Zixtal stepped forward, his powerful frame commanding attention. "We may be isolated," he rumbled, "but we are not alone. We have the combined strength of two great civilizations on this ship. Together, we will overcome this challenge." His words seemed to galvanize the crew, human and Arcturian alike. They threw themselves into their work with renewed vigor, determined to see their mission through. It was during this communication blackout that the ship's sensors detected something extraordinary, a massive energy signature unlike anything they had encountered before. As they altered course to investigate, tension and excitement built among the crew. The sight that greeted them left everyone speechless. An enormous space station hung in the void, its architecture unmistakably Arcturian, yet far more advanced than anything in living memory. "Impossible," breathed Captain Vrela, her antennae quivering. "This design, it predates even our most ancient records." As they cautiously approached the station, Justin felt the weight of history pressing down on them. This discovery could change everything they thought they knew about Arcturian civilization and potentially reshape the future of human-Arcturian relations. The decision to dock and explore was unanimous. As the Unity maneuvered into position, Justin prepared to lead the exploration team. He caught Pryler's eye, and they shared a moment of silent communication. Whatever they found aboard that ancient station, they would face it together, human and Arcturian, united in their quest for knowledge and understanding. As the airlock hissed open, revealing the dark, mysterious interior of the station, Justin took a deep breath. He stepped forward into the unknown, Pryler at his side, ready to uncover secrets that had lain dormant for millennia. The next chapter of their journey was about to begin, and with it, perhaps, a new era of interstellar cooperation. As the airlock sealed behind them, Justin and the exploration team found themselves enveloped in the ancient station's eerie silence. The air, stale and thick with the weight of millennia, filled their lungs as they activated their suit lights. Pryler's bioluminescent skin cast a soft, otherworldly glow around her, illuminating the intricate bioorganic patterns etched into the walls. Their footsteps echoed through the cavernous hallways as they ventured deeper into the station. Justin marveled at the seamless blend of technology and biology that surrounded them, a testament to the advanced nature of ancient Arcturian civilization. "Look at this," Dr. Rossi whispered, her voice filled with awe as she ran her scanner over a pulsating panel. "These systems are still active after thousands of years. The energy efficiency is incredible." Commander Zixtel chittered in agreement, his antennae twitching with excitement. "Our ancestors were truly remarkable. This technology could revolutionize our current systems." As they explored further, the team discovered vast chambers filled with dormant machinery and databanks. Pryler approached one of the consoles, her unique physiology allowing her to interface directly with the ancient systems. "I'm accessing the station's database," she announced, her eyes unfocused as she processed the information. "It contains star charts, scientific data, and... wait, there's something else." Suddenly, the station hummed to life around them. Lights flickered on, illuminating a holographic display that materialized in the center of the chamber. The image showed a star system none of them recognized, with a planet that bore an uncanny resemblance to both Earth and the Arcturian homeworld. "It's a colony," Pryler breathed, her voice filled with wonder. "An Arcturian colony established millennia ago. They've been isolated all this time, evolving separately from the rest of Arcturian civilization." The implications of this discovery sent shockwaves through the team. Commander Zixtal and Captain Vrela exchanged meaningful glances, their previous animosity momentarily forgotten in the face of this revelation. "We need to contact them," Justin declared, his mind racing with the possibilities. "This could be the key to resolving the conflict between your factions." As if in response to his words, the station's long-range sensors sprang to life. A series of signals, unlike anything they had encountered before, began streaming across the displays. "Multiple ships detected," reported one of the human officers, her voice tense with anticipation. "They're on an intercept course with our position." Justin felt a mix of excitement and apprehension course through him. He turned to address the team, his voice steady despite the gravity of the situation. "This is it. We're about to make first contact with a lost branch of Arcturian civilization. Remember your training, everyone. We're here as diplomats and explorers, not conquerors." The team hurried back to the Unity, their minds buzzing with the implications of their discovery. As they approached their ship, Justin caught sight of the incoming vessels through the station's viewports. Their design was a striking blend of Arcturian bioorganic aesthetics and more recognizable spacecraft architecture. Once aboard the Unity, the crew sprang into action. Justin and Pryler took their positions on the bridge, standing side by side as they prepared to initiate first contact protocols. "Open a channel," Justin commanded, his heart pounding with anticipation. The main view screen flickered to life, revealing a sight that left everyone speechless. The being addressing them was neither fully human nor Arcturian, but a harmonious blend of both species. Their features were eerily similar to Pryler's, with iridescent skin, expressive eyes, and a body structure that seamlessly combined human and Arcturian characteristics. "Greetings, travelers," The being spoke, their voice a melodious blend of human speech and Arcturian harmonics. "I am Governor Zira of the Harmony Colony. We've been expecting you." Justin exchanged a startled glance with Pryler before responding. "Governor Zira, I am Captain Justin Cooper of the Starship Unity. We come in peace, seeking to establish diplomatic relations." Zira's expression softened into a warm smile. "We welcome you, Unity crew. Your arrival marks the fulfillment of an ancient prophecy. Please, join us on the surface of our world. There is much we have to share." As the communication ended, a stunned silence fell over the bridge. The implications of this encounter were staggering. A lost colony of Arcturians had not only survived but thrived, evolving into beings that bridged the gap between their species. "It seems we've stumbled upon something truly remarkable," Commander Zixtal mused, his voice filled with a mix of awe and trepidation. Captain Vrela nodded in agreement, her compound eyes gleaming with curiosity. "This changes everything we thought we knew about our history and our potential future." Justin took a deep breath, feeling the weight of the moment settle on his shoulders. He turned to address the crew, his voice filled with tenacity and hope. "We stand at the threshold of a new chapter in interstellar relations. Whatever we discover on that planet could reshape the future of both our species. Let's make sure we're ready for anything." As the Unity began its descent towards the Harmony Colony's planet, Justin felt Pryler's hand slip into his. He looked at her, seeing his own mix of excitement and nervousness reflected in her eyes. Together, they watched as the planet's surface came into view, revealing a world that promised to challenge everything they thought they knew about the possibilities of human-Arcturian coexistence. The Unity entered the planet's atmosphere, its hybrid systems adapting smoothly to the new environment. As they broke through the cloud cover, a collective gasp echoed through the bridge. Below them sprawled a city unlike anything they had ever seen, a harmonious blend of organic Arcturian structures and human-inspired architecture, seamlessly integrated with the natural landscape. Justin squeezed Pryler's hand, both of them overwhelmed by the sight before them. As the ship touched down on the outskirts of the city, he knew that the next few hours would be crucial in shaping the future of interstellar relations. With a deep breath, he prepared to lead his team into this new world, ready to face whatever challenges and opportunities awaited them in the Harmony Colony.
You have reached the end of the story. If you enjoyed this story and want to support us, please leave a like and subscribe to our channel, and for every comment that says 88, I will heart every single one of them. Thank you for your time.